Welcome to the podcast. It's a place where it doesn't matter what's going on around you or at home or at work. You can just be yourself and feel like the person that you want to feel like. Does that make sense?
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think I know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Hey, very juicy episode of Judge Jodie today.
Yeah. There's some real Jerry Springer about it.
Yeah. So basically it involves a man, an affair, a footy trip, and then a subsequent pregnancy.
Yes.
All the ingredients, Andrew
And some
Hayes.
godparents were involved as well.
Yes, my goodness.
Really outrageous stuff. Well, we got to speak to Sonia Kruger, which was really nice, because the hot topic from the Oscars was just how much of a knob Hugh Grant is.
Yes, and I can attest to this because I've interviewed him once and he was horrible. He was like the worst interview I've ever done in my life.
Yeah. As opposed to the interview that we got to do with Lorde. She's lovely.
Oh, yeah, she's gorgeous. Love the Kiwi accent.
Yes. And for the longest time, people mistake Lorde for an Australian.
Yeah.
And we're happy with that.
That's fine, we'll take her.
We're very, very happy with that. Enjoy the podcast. Take care of yourselves. And, of course, each other. There's a real bit of a Jerry Springer theme.
That was Ellen, actually.
Oh, was that Ellen that said that? Not
Yeah,
Jerry
yeah,
Springer.
take care of one another.
What did Jerry used to say?
Shut up and stop talking.
Probably not much. Bye.
Judge Jodie.
There she is. Back.
Back. And this is one of the juiciest cases to come across my desk. Dear Judge Jodie, firstly, can I say this is my favourite segment? I especially love the juicy dilemmas. Well, this is a good one today. So my best mate has cheated on his wife. And what about this, Hayesy? The one-night stand and had a one-night stand whilst we had a boys' weekend. The lady who he hooked up with is now pregnant. And is
God.
expecting in 4 months.
This feels like the prequel to that Lil Nas X song.
Which one?
Where he talks about
Oh, yeah.
where he thanks his
Been here since I came out of my mama.
and then thanks his father for
Yeah,
not using the right protection.
exactly.
Goodness me, Lil Nas X.
My mate has come clean to his wife and explained what happened, and weirdly, she's okay with it and happy to stay with him. The dilemma is I'm not okay with it. I'm a bit old school and strongly disagree with his actions. We've been mates for the past 18 years and we went through high school together. Worst part is he's asked me to be godparent for the new baby because of my moral compass, and that's a quote. I don't know how to support him as a friend as this whole situation isn't sitting right with me, and that's signed off Little Nas X.
Good morning to you, Lil Nas.
The Nas or Nas? Who's to say?
Yeah, it's here to say. But look, I'm like we've firmly established nice and early. I'm not one who picks up cues,
No.
but I could comfortably tell you right now that my wife would be uncomfortable in this situation.
Oh, God, I don't...
Had that was me fathering a kid through an affair.
Can you imagine coming home to Cara? Just imagine for one moment and going, okay, couple of pieces of news here. Firstly, I had a one-night stand on a footy trip.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like the worst thing that could possibly happen, but it's not, because the woman that I slept with is now pregnant with my child.
Yeah.
I cannot comprehend this for 1 second, how any wife would be A-okay with it.
Yes, and given my beautiful wife Cara's reaction to me not weeing the dog before she went to bed last night and there being wee all over the tiles this morning, I could only imagine that the reaction to that news would be even more so aggressive.
Yes. Did she fly off the handle over the dog wee situation?
But she wasn't overly
Was she
satisfied.
irrational about it,
Because,
Andrew?
and look, she does have a strong point. I don't have many jobs around the house.
No, in fact, none.
But one of my 3 jobs is to make sure that the dog has done a wee before it goes to bed.
Yeah, God. Okay, let's go to Abby in the newsroom on this one. I can only imagine what Abs has to say. I can only.
You're comfortable with
I
this
have
situation,
one
aren't you,
word
Abby?
to say here.
Yes.
Run. What is she doing?
I know.
I would, no way in absolute the ends of the earth would I be the godmother for the child.
Let me take you back a step, right? If this was your partner and they came and said to you, I had a one-night stand, it didn't mean anything, I'm really sorry, I regret it, and, notwithstanding the woman was pregnant, would you forgive that?
Do you know what's really hilarious? This kind of happened to me, but we were on a break.
Right.
So one of my exes, I was like, got round to his place, we were basically talking about getting back together. He waited until like 1 o'clock in the morning and then woke me up and was like, oh, hey, I just need to let you know something. And I was like, yeah, what? And he goes, I one-night stand and she's pregnant. And I was like, see ya.
So what?
This happened to
How
you.
about the casualness of it in him delivering it to you?
Yeah, and waited, and I was like, you are an absolute because you waited until I was here, and obviously we went to bed, blah, 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 and then you've told me.
Yeah, okay, so look, I just did this, and this. Now,
Yeah.
where should we go tomorrow morning for breakfast?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was. And I just went, I sort of just like laid there going, what am I going to do? And obviously it's 1 o'clock in the morning, didn't want to leave. But then after that, I was like, I can't deal with this. You've now got 2 kids, 2 different people, and I'm just not dealing with this. So see you later.
God. And so is he now with the woman?
Nah, still single.
Jesus, Abby.
Last I heard, he was working in WA.
Hey, men, am I right?
Yes!
Am
Girls
I
are not
right?
players too.
13, 24, 10. Sometimes we just casually cross to Abby in the newsroom and then she delivers that news.
She just knocks your socks off.
No, 13, 24, 10. We need some jurors on this one. We've got some texts come through. He should still be the godfather. It's not his relationship, not his business. They've been mates for years. That is Shannon from Paralawi.
Okay.
Another text here. No way to being the godfather. We need to teach people how to behave appropriately. He made his bed. Let him sleep in it. That's from Hayley from Forestville.
That sounds pretty fair from Hayley. 13, 24, 10, anybody gets on air goes along to Nova's Red Room to see International DJ Topic.
Let's go to Jackie from Mascot Park. Hey, Jack.
How are you?
Good. Okay. Should he be the godfather?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Right. Okay. Have you... Okay, I'm too afraid to ask anyone now that Abby said, yes, this has happened. Have you experienced anything similar?
I have my sister, actually.
What happened?
And my ex had 2 children together.
Wow.
My God.
Goodness me.
So was it an affair situation with your sister, or was it just you split up and then...
No, 24 years it was happening while I was with him. So my 2 children have 2 other brothers, boys, around Adelaide somewhere.
Oh, my God, Jackie.
Wow.
That is... Okay. And obviously you don't speak to your sister anymore.
No, unfortunately my sister died last year anyway, so...
Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that. What a horrible story. Okay.
It's unbelievable stuff. There's a real Ryan Giggs vibe about that. So Ryan Giggs was a former Welsh footballer, played for Manchester United.
Yeah.
So he was...
What did
was
he do?
His sister? I think for a long time he was... Not his sister. Oh, my gosh. Let me get the words right there. He was having a long-time affair, I think, with his brother's wife or something like that.
It was something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then he just got absolutely deleted from the family.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy stuff.
All right. Let's have a ruling.
All right.
Hang on, we're just going to take another call. Christina from... Oh, that was a very fierce point from the executive producer, Sean. Go the phones! Christina from Nan, what are your thoughts on this one?
I think it's a hard no, yeah.
Right.
If he chooses to be godfather, then I guess he's
Complicit.
agreeing with what his mate has done
Yeah.
and saying that it's okay, and it's totally not. So
All
I'm a
right.
hard no.
Okay, thank you, Christina. You're off to Nova's Red Room on Thursday night.
See, that's a tough one as well because, look, from the mate's perspective as well, it is, I mean...
Still your mate.
Yeah, it's a beautiful new child that's coming to the world.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you support the way that it happened, but at the end of the day, it is going to be a child that needs support. So, there's so many different elements.
I know. You ready for a ruling?
Okay. What have we got?
This is a hard walk away from this situation, I reckon. I know there's a baby involved, but I wouldn't be the godfather. I wouldn't agree to that. And I agree with the caller. It's almost like saying, well, I'm okay with this situation when categorically it's obviously not okay.
Yeah. Okay. Wowee.
And let's be honest, like, what do godparents actually do? You could still be in the kid's life.
Yes.
But, like, what do I don't even know who my godparents are. I don't think I have any.
No.
Which says a lot.
Given your history, given your history, Abby, who's to say what your godparent situation is?
Maybe we could be your godparents.
Can you please?
Oh, can we do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, your 21st is coming up. Will you?
For holiday accommodation more comfy than your cozies, jump on the What If app.
With hotels, holiday rentals, holiday parks and more, find the perfect fit for holiday you.
Book your getaway on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
The biggest breaking story this town has ever seen. This is huge.
Jodies Juice.
Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned partner swap on maths? Am I right? So last night it caused absolute chaos, mostly from the show's Peanut Harrison, who was paired with Mel, and neither one of them were happy about it.
Prepare to be challenged because for the next 3 days, Leighton will pack his bags and move in with Bronte while Harrison will move into your apartment. I'm not doing it. No, absolutely not. What, I have to share a bed with Harrison? That's like disgusting.
I'd rather stick kitchen utensils into my eyes than go and live with Melinda for 3 days.
You never know, you guys might get along. You guys might find some common ground.
The silver lining is I might finally be able to poison her food. What if she falls in love with me?
Oh my God.
That's pretty
Okay,
funny.
Harrison.
Because it's sarcasm, I think.
Yeah. If you had to stick a kitchen utensil in your eye, which one would you choose?
It's a great question. It's something I think about daily. Yeah, I'd probably just go for the good old-fashioned vegetable peeler. I think so. You? I mean, what a topic for a Tuesday, 13/24/10.
I'd rather go softer on myself and just like a wooden spoon or a whisk or something. But
Okay.
you're going to go straight to the top shelf veggie peeler.
Straight to the top shelf, because if you're in that sort of situation, you might as well do the job properly.
Right. Anyway, as I seamlessly segue to the Madeleine McCann story now.
Good luck with
So
that.
the Polish woman who believes she could be Madeleine McCann has submitted samples for forensic testing to determine if she is the missing British child. So Julia Wendell has been claiming on Instagram and TikTok that she may be Madeleine, who disappeared from a family holiday in Portugal in 2007 due to similarities in their age and appearance. We had a real conversation about this on the weekend about leaving your children in a hotel room like that. And my first instinct was I would never do it. But then someone who'd watched the doco said literally they were 20 metres away. 20 metres from the hotel room. So, and they went back and checked on them every 20 minutes. So there were 3 families and they took like turns in going back to check. I don't know. It's a real...
It's the stuff of nightmares.
It is, absolutely. So her spokesperson has come out and said, we've got a lot of evidence right now that shows Julia was definitely trafficked to Poland from another country. And we're still conducting an investigation, but Julia is definitely not the biological daughter of her parents in Poland. Watch this space, Andrew
Right.
Hayes. It's fascinating stuff.
When this won't... It's just ongoing, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is just
I just
crazy
feel I
stuff.
always go back to the parents and just think they are living a nightmare on earth. It's horrible, isn't it? Now, who have I always said is a nightmare in terms of the worst interview I've ever done on radio and or TV?
Well, I mean, was it Justin Timberlake? Remember that time that you did Justin Timberlake?
Yeah, I remember.
Quite small in stature, you reported to us.
Shut up.
Who else was at the top? Remember you did Tom Cruise?
Okay. All right. Stop trying.
You set that up, didn't you?
Stop trying to insinuate that I name drop all the time. Can you stop it?
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, it was Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant was a horrible, horrible interview that I did. And then on the weekend, I sat back and watched him at the Oscars and thought, there's my validation. Have a listen to this gear from Hugh, please.
What are you most excited to see tonight?
To see?
Yeah, well, I know that you probably watched a few of the movies. Are you excited to see anybody win? Do you have your hopes up for anyone?
No one in particular.
Okay, well, what are you wearing tonight then?
Just my suit.
Your suit? Who
Yeah.
made your suit? You didn't make it.
I can't remember, my tailor.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to the tailor.
Yeah.
See, what happened?
So what?
Like, he's just...
Give her something.
Give her something.
Give her anything so she doesn't have to resort to the age-old, what are you wearing question.
Yeah, and she, like, and bless her, she's a really good job.
Yeah.
Because that would be as high profile and a most precious situation as you could be in.
Yes.
And you know straight away when you're in an interview and it's going terribly.
Yeah.
And you know when the other person does not want to be part of it.
be there.
So she was actually really quite faultless. Like, what happened to the Hugh Grant that we fell in love with who wooed Anna Scott?
I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to...
What an absolute crock of you-know-what. We thought Hugh Grant was this beautiful...
I know.
I'm just a fumbling Englishman. I'm terribly sorry, but I seem to have fallen in love with you.
Well, I'm very curious about this, and we're going to catch up with Sonia Kruger a little later in the show, and she'll be able to tell us if he's as god-awful in real life as he is in that interview.
Right. He didn't leave a good impression on you, did he?
No, he really did not. That's my juice. Tell everyone what you did Saturday night, which was your anniversary with your beautiful wife, Cara. Where did you go?
I might have to cover that separately, I think. But, I had a bit of a night out on Saturday night. We had a premiership reunion for the Central District Footy Club. Instead of a specific year, we got everyone together. Oh. And I think there's about 64 premiership players and about 55 or 56 blokes turned up. Proper dinner at Adelaide Oval as well.
Nice.
It was magnificent.
And then what happened?
And then I got a little bit carried away.
As you do.
Sometimes you get caught up in the moment, these things.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, I don't know, there's about 7 or 8 of us back at a bloke's place. He was staying on North Terrace, and we were all just sort of sitting around exchanging ridiculous stories.
Yes.
And then your mate goes, it's 4:45.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we should probably go home. And then I say, oh, my God. And I start panicking going, wow, what kind of hangover am I about to endure?
Yeah.
And the answer to that question is the worst hangover of all time.
No, you can't say that, because the last 3 hangovers you've had since you've been working on this show have been the worst hangover of all time.
And for me, I just want to be a better version of myself or outdo myself each and every time. It's like, what was my personal best last week?
Yeah.
Can I do that? And that's what I keep on doing with these hangovers.
It's good that you like to challenge yourself as a human.
Yeah, that was really good. You know what the kicker was?
What?
I don't know why. Maybe I thought it was sophisticated or cool. Or maybe, and this is the correct answer, it's because what was on the table, I was drinking white wine.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no. Yuck.
Why? So delicious at the time. And I was doing that swirling thing you do with the glass. Hey, boys, look at me. Hey, ooh, nice drop. Delicious. Hey, and even, I reckon at one stage as well, some of my ex-teammates were like, oh, did you see he's up on that, I reckon? And I was like, yeah, whatever. I love this stuff. And then the next day, wow. God, I feel like I could see through time.
Yeah, and how good when you're that hungover with small children.
Yes.
And you've got 2 of them.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. At one stage, Lottie was trying to get rid of my 2-year-old daughter, get rid of some popcorn because it was plain popcorn and she wanted caramel popcorn. But Mum said, no, you can't have caramel popcorn until you feed that, until you get rid of that.
Yeah.
No one else wanted it. And she's feeding me kernel by kernel whilst I was in bed. And I'm so hungover that I can't turn over. So in self-defense, I was eating this popcorn. Oh, my God. Absolute saints. Anywho, 13-24-10. How was your weekend? How did you go, Judge?
Yeah, we had a good one. The only problem we had was on Saturday, one of the dance mums at Summer's Dance decided to have a birthday party. And we said no, because we were like, well, that means I'm going to have to stay back till Saturday night. And so our family trip to the Flurio would have been ruined for the sake of a birthday party. Yeah. Wow, did she sulk?
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
what is in Summer or the parents?
Summer.
Right, okay. Because it's an interesting fraternity, the dancing
it is.
People.
It's colourful. And so anyway, the whole way in the car ride down, she's just crying and sobbing. And then yesterday, it was the 3-year-old's turn just to cry. We're like, Harper, you've been sobbing for 4 hours. Why are you even crying? At one point, I lost my sunglasses and my little niece found them in my car. And then she started crying, going, I wanted to find the sunglasses. I'm like, you're a hot mess. Get out of my car.
How good are kids?
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hazy's on Miss Daysey.
Yep. It's that time of the morning. Rev your engines, ladies and gentlemen. We're firmly going down memory lane for On This Daysey. Tuesday, 14th of March, 1988, Stephen Curry was born in Akron, Ohio. Today's his 35th birthday.
Oh, NBA chat. Here we go.
Here we go. Favourite Steph Curry moments in terms of commentary added in as well. I'm going to say when he sunk that 3-pointer from almost half court against OKC, Mike Breen did the double bang. Bang! Bang!
Curry way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
Steph Curry. Oh, I could talk about Steph Curry until the cows came home.
Quite often you do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let the cows stay out there, right?
All the cows and all of us are just like...
Okay. 1984, Michael Jackson's Thriller became the best-selling album of all time.
Oh, you can talk about Michael Jackson.
Put your hand up if you haven't danced along to Thriller at some stage. Yeah, you're not putting your hand up, are you?
No, it's this one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I think that's the one. Yep.
That was terrifying as a small child, can I just say?
Yeah.
That film clip. That's the gear that bloody nightmares are made of.
It's iconic. 1994, the longest-lasting rainbow was visible for 6 hours continuously from 9 to 3 p.m. over Sheffield in England.
Who sat there and watched it for 6 hours? Who sat there and ran the timer over that rainbow?
Producer Sean. And he's not here, he's just gone to the loo.
Got that, Shorty.
Got that, Sean. 2002, the Microsoft Xbox was launched in Australia. I'm not a gamer.
Nah.
So it wasn't revolutionary for me, but for all of you codders, is that what they call Call of Duty?
Oh.
And all you other playing on the Mario Brothers and the Sonic the Hedgehog. And
Tetris, etc.
Tetris, is that still a thing?
Frogger.
And the Solitaire. And
Pac-Man.
2009 Sound Relief concerts were held at the MCG and SCG, so the concerts raised more than $5 million for the victims of the Victorian bushfires and the Queensland floods, and they were
That's wholesome.
Number one song on March 14 and 2013 was Happy by Pharrell.
Oh, go on, Pharrell. Get it. Go get it, King.
Go off, King.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Adelaide Entertainment Centre Arena, which of course is part of the Adelaide Festival on Thursday, the 16th of March, you're going to be treated to an absolute pleasure, and that is the one, the only, one of the greats, Lorde. He joins us. Hello, Lorde.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
We are so good, and we're so happy to have you back on our shores. Can you remember the last time you were here in South Australia?
Yeah, we were just talking about this, and I said 2018, and I think I'm wrong. I think it was 2014, like you said. So
well, yeah, it was, and I was just about to get so mad at my producer and go, he's got it all wrong.
You were right. I was wrong. But I'm so excited. I loved Adelaide when we came last time. It'll be so nice to come back.
So, yeah, it's been a long time between drinks. What do you remember about being here? What was your favourite part?
Oh, I remember having an incredible meal somewhere that I can't remember.
That's not us. That's not Adelaide. The Solar Power Tour, obviously there is a solid theme behind all of this. Can you take us through it?
Yeah, so basically the album is like a kind of sun worship vibe, a celebration of the natural world, and also kind of goes into some climate change stuff too, I guess. But the show is like a kind of, has real like 70s TV show energy.
Yeah.
Meets like a sculpture that you would find in the middle of the desert that like pagans had built to worship the sun. So that's kind of the vibe that it lives in. Yeah, it's really an amazing set. I love it so much.
Well, we can't wait to see it. I want to know, though, Lorde, I jumped on your Instagram. You have, 10 million followers. You don't post a lot, but there is one photo here, and I'm wondering who convinced you to allow them to get a fisheye camera and shoot from really, really low as you're prancing around in the sun.
True, yeah, that is that's my album cover.
Yeah.
And there was something about it to me. It was actually one of my best friends, a girl called Ophelia, lying on a towel on a tiny beach in New Zealand while I leapt over her. And yeah, there was something about it that just sort of encapsulated the album for me. It's kind of cheeky and surreal, and but yeah, you not just anyone can take that photo.
No, I was going to say, I'm glad it was your best friend.
Yeah.
We are speaking to Lorde this morning ahead of the Lorde Solar Power Tour, so we are going to be able to see her on Thursday, the 16th of March. Something I've always wanted to ask you, Lorde, is, we were introduced to you at such a young age.
So young.
And you grew up in front of not just the Kiwis and the Aussies, but the entire world. What was that like? And at what stage were you like, my life's never going to be the same again?
Well, it's interesting, because I hadn't had any, that was just my teenage experience. I haven't had a different one, so I don't really know. People were like, this must be crazy. And I was like, it is crazy, but I also don't know anything different really. But it's a lot to be that age, even just you're growing, you need to sleep all the time. You're like a growing person. And so doing all this travel, I just remember grabbing sleep wherever I could. I was so jet lagged all the time. And,
yeah.
It was like that part of it has definitely gotten so much easier.
And anyone who's ever met a teenager knows that they're tired all the time. So add travelling the world on top of that.
Yeah.
It's
truly all the time, yeah.
Do you get people, probably not because people know exactly who you were, but was there a stage where people early on in your career were confusing you as an Aussie?
Yeah, no, people could not understand me for my first probably 2 years in America.
Yep.
It was insane. I didn't think it was that different.
Well, we can't wait to welcome you here. I know you've had to postpone and cancel your shows in New Zealand following the destruction caused by Cyclone Gabrielle. So sorry to hear about the devastation you guys have been going through. That's awful.
Oh, God, I know. I mean, like, I have not felt that in my home or my area, but so many people have just had such a terrible time of it. So looking forward to getting down there when I can. And to Australia as well when it's that time. I'm super excited.
Lorde, thank you so much for having a chat with us. We can't wait to see you on the 16th of March. And, fantastic stuff. We can't wait.
Thank you so much. I'll see you then.
Thank you so much. Sorry about our horrible Kiwi accents. Discovered this morning that Abby in the newsroom was never baptised and that her two siblings were, and then they just got to Abby and didn't bother with it.
Yes, and us being such a spiritual group,
yes,
we thought...
We've offered.
Well, we won't have this.
No.
We won't have this.
Would you like us to be your godparents?
Does this mean I just get to wear a really pretty white dress?
Yes.
Okay, then
And we're going to dunk your head underwater. Is that okay?
Okay, let's do it.
What about as well, Abs, producer Sean, who's a bit of an unusual character, must be said, in terms of what he likes.
Yeah.
Pumpkin, judging, tunnel enthusiast.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this behind a song, and he said, for a while there, I wanted to be a priest.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, this is just... Here we are. Here's your chance, Sean.
No, the rationale was when I was in primary school, I realised that I went to a Catholic school.
Yeah.
The priest got everything covered for them. So they had a house, they had a car, they didn't have to pay for anything. So
Isn't
I was like,
that in your contract for here when you moved?
Yeah.
I wish.
Here's a question for you, though.
Yes.
When did you realise you weren't meant for the priesthood?
That's a professional way to say it.
Probably start of high school.
When did you go, I'm not sure that this is the right mix here?
I'm not sure they're going to approve of my lifestyle down the track.
Yeah, definitely high school. Definitely high school.
All right, on that note, take care.
Have a good day.
See you tomorrow.